First miraculous catch of fish. Luke 5 verses 1 through 11. The Sea of Galilee, called the Lake of Gennesaret in Luke's Gospel, was and is a shallow freshwater lake fed mainly by the Jordan River. Simon and his brother Andrew ran a fishing operation on the lake with another pair of brothers, James and John, sons of a man named Zebedee. One day, as Jesus was speaking to a group of people on the lakeshore, his audience began to surge forward, perhaps to get a better look at him, or in hope of a healing touch. Jesus noticed the 4 fishermen cleaning nets with their boats tied up nearby. So he scrambled into one of the boats and asked its owner to row out a little way. The vessel belonged to Simon and Andrew, so they put their oars in and rowed to a spot where Jesus could sit down and teach the onshore crowd. As he spoke, the fishermen listened and waited patiently. When Jesus finished talking, he told the brothers to row out to deeper water and drop their nets over the side for a catch. Respectfully, Simon replied that the 4 of them had labored through the night with nothing to show for it. The fish weren't biting. Still, he said, if Jesus wanted them to try again, they would make the effort. The brothers rowed to deeper, darker blue water and cast their large fishing net over the side with practiced movements. The net spreads wide and sinks beneath the surface. Simon and Andrew exchange glances that suggest they expect nothing, but they're willing to try for Jesus' sake. So Simon and Andrew navigated out to a deeper part of the lake and cast their nets over the side, expecting nothing. Dramatic shot of the brothers struggling to pull the net back up, their faces showing shock and amazement as the net bulges with an enormous quantity of silvery fish. The boat tilts dangerously under the weight. Water splashes as they fight to control the overflowing net. But when they tried to haul the nets back into the boat, they found, to their surprise, an enormous catch of fish. Simon and Andrew shout and wave frantically toward shore where James and John are still working with nets. The second boat quickly launches as the brothers row urgently toward them. Both boats struggle with the massive catch, sitting low in the water, nearly swamped by the abundance of fish. The brothers shouted for James and John, who were still washing nets on the bank, to bring the other boat out and help them transport the fish to shore. With 2 boats and 4 fishermen, they manhandled the overloaded nets, nearly sinking both vessels in the process. The men were dumbfounded. Simon dropped to his knees before Jesus and begged the teacher to leave him because he, Simon, was a sinful man, not worthy to be in such company. Jesus answered, "Do not be afraid. From now on you will catch men." All 4 fishermen walk away from their boats and nets on the shore, following Jesus. Behind them, relatives and hired workers stand holding the fishing equipment, watching in amazement as the fishermen abandon their livelihood. The camera pulls back to show their decisive departure from their old life. Quieting their fears, he commanded that all 4 leave their nets and boats behind to follow him. So impressed were they that they walked away from their work as fishermen that very day, leaving relatives and hired hands holding the tools that had earned them their living. Simon would take the name Simon Peter, becoming a leader of the apostles and one of Jesus' most trusted companions.